Students, now let's see the fields of psychology. Fields of psychology. Yes, psychology has a very wide scope. It has many branches. It has many branches. Now let us see one by one. First one, general psychology. First one, general psychology. Actually, general psychology concerned with the general principles of human behavior. It deals with the fundamental ideas and theories of human behavior. It studies the activities of man, such as learning, thinking, aptitude, intelligence, personality, drives, motives, etc. It establishes laws and principles that can be universally applied. It is the basis for all other branches of psychology. Next one, developmental psychology. Second one, developmental psychology. Developmental psychology deals with how people grow and change through their lives. Right from prenatal stage through childhood, adolescence, adulthood, prenatal stage, and old age. Developmental psychologists work in variety of settings like schools, colleges, government, as well as non-government organizations. They are also involved in studying disturbed children. They are also involved in studying disturbed children. And also, they advise parents about helping their children. They also deal with adolescent problems and old age problems like Alzheimer's and Parkinson syndrome. Third one, social psychology. Third one, social psychology. Social psychology studies the way about man how the man becomes the group, a member of a group in a society, and it also deals with the socialization process. How man learns the socialization. Then it also studies the intra-group and inter-group relation. Social psychology studies how the social group culture, prejudice, social motives, and normal behavior of individuals. normal behavior of individuals. And also it studies the crowd behavior, competition, and cooperation behavior in social psychology. Next, let us see the third one, the fourth one, that is abnormal psychology. Abnormal psychology. It is the study of those individuals whose behavior is strikingly different from the normal person. Abnormal persons exhibit certain symptoms like acute fear, then uncomfortable ideas, then delusion, and hallucination, and distortion thinking. The abnormal psychology also studies the behavior of persons who are addicted to alcohol and drugs. Alcohol and drugs. There are three major classifications in abnormal psychology. Let's see one by one. First one, neurosis. First one, neurosis or psychoneurosis. Psychoneurosis. Here, in neurosis, deals with people who are not able to cope up with the problem. They are unable to deal with their daily life, everyday problems. Example, phobia. Example, phobia. It is a excessive, irrational, uncontrollable fear. Okay. Phobia. Actually, this is a condition where a person experiences excessive fear towards an object or an event in the absence of real danger. Is one of the example for neurosis. Okay. Then second one, psychosis. Second one, psychosis. Here, in psychosis, deals with severe mental disorder like schizophrenia. Where patients unable to cope up with their daily life and experiences delusion and hallucination. Then the third one is psychophysiological disorder. Psychophysiological disorder. Here, psychophysiological disorders are physical illness where psychological factors play a major role in psychological problems. Example, psychological stress is the causative factor for psychological disorders. Ulcer, asthma, ulcer, asthma, then migraine, headache, then high BP, then all types of skin allergies are example for psychophysiological disorder. Next, let us see the another very important branch, animal psychology. Animal psychology. It is the study of behavior of animals. Animal psychology is the study of behavior of animals. The mental processes of animals are simpler than those of man, and it is easy to understand the mental process of animals. And some investigators have made a comparative study between animals and human behavior. Another reason for the interest in animal psychology is our capacity to control conditions and conduct experiments on animals. In order to understand human behavior, animal behavior has to be understood. Studies on learning, reasoning, thinking, then emotions, drives are made on animals, and theories and principles arrived at are applied to human beings. The results obtained from animals are simpler, direct, and dependable, and unaffected by cultural factors. Then, the shortest life of animals, the shortest life of animals allows researchers to learn about the effect of aging and heredity. Aging and heredity. Then, next branch of psychology is clinical psychology. It is the largest field of specialization of psychology. Here, the principles and theories of abnormal psychology is applied in the diagnosis and treatment of mental retardation. Mental retardation. Then, this clinical psychology also studies the delinquency, alcoholism, drug addiction. Clinical psychology also deals with the study of causes of abnormality. According to some psychologists, the causative factor for abnormality is conflict, and unconscious motives are the causative factors for mental retardation. Some psychologists says the learned responses are the causative factor for the mental retardation. Other psychologists believe that there are biological bases for certain psychological disorders. A clinical psychologist provides therapy to people suffering from psychological difficulties. There is a difference between psychiatrist and psychotherapist. Psychologist and psychotherapist. Here, psychiatrists treat severe mental disorders. They are medically oriented and they prescribe medicine. Psychiatrists can prescribe medicine, but psychologists or psychotherapists cannot prescribe medicine. We are learning the branches of psychology, and the next one is educational psychology. Educational psychology. Educational psychology applies the theories and principles of psychology in educational settings. In the field of learning, the psychologists have contributed by giving general laws of learning, then methods to improve memory and causes of forgetting. Educational psychology involves the study of educational problems related to learning, memory, forgetting, then teaching, learning process, teaching learning process, then measurement of achievement, measurement of achievement, and exceptional children and exceptional children and underachievers and student teacher relations. Educational psychology also deals with the intellectual and adjustmental problems of students. Its primary concern is educational guidance. Educational psychology is concerned with the classroom motivation, transfer of learning, remembering, methods to make learning effective. Then other contributions of educational psychology are the introduction of reward and punishment. Introduction of reward and punishment. And feedback, reinforcement, feedback, reinforcement, then verbal and non-verbal appreciation, verbal and non-verbal punishment. Then educational psychology also deals with teaching learning methods and also educational devices and programmed instructions, Some other educational psychologists concerned with the development of imagination, creative thinking, problem solving ability in students. Next branch of psychology is industrial psychology. Next branch of psychology is industrial psychology. The industrial psychology studies the behavior of man at work. It studies the behavior of men at work for working in the industries, and also it studies the problems they face and how can be solved. Here, at the time of selection of employees, industrial psychologists use intelligence test and aptitude test. At the time of selection, industrial psychologists use to select employees, intelligence test and aptitude test. Then, industrial psychology enables the organization to apply psychology to management and employee training. Management and employee training. Management and employee training and supervision of personnel to improve communication. And also, industrial psychologists counsel the employees and prevent industrial strike. Industrial psychologists are also concerned with the group decision making, motivation, then job stress, then equipment design, marketing strategies, and many other issues. Some psychologists successfully solved problems connected with working hours, then absenteeism, incentive system, training programs, etc. Psychologists are also helping recruitment, improvement of working conditions, and also in advertising. Now, let us see emerging area in psychology. Emerging areas in psychology. Actually, we see the influence of psychological theories, principles, and methods in many fields, like aviation. We have aviation psychology, space psychology, forensic psychology, and also we came to know that military psychology. Then psychology, rural psychology in psychology in women empowerment, like this. Now let us see the psychology and other disciplines. Then, in studying brain, and behavior, psychology shares the knowledge with neurology, physiology, biology. Neurology, physiology, and biology. And also in medicine, here computer science is studying human behavior in a social cultural context. Psychology shares the knowledge with anthropology, sociology, social work, then political science, then economics. In studying mental activities, psychology shares its knowledge with literature, music, and art. Now let us discuss the major disciplines linked to the field of psychology. First one is philosophy. Until the 19th century, psychology was mixed up with philosophy. Nature of the mind, motivation, emotions were the concern of philosophy. In the later part of 19th century, Wilhelm Wundt and his colleagues adopted an experimental approach to the study of behavior. And then contemporary psychology emerged. In the field of medicine, we know that healthy body requires healthy mind. Yes, it is true. A large number of hospitals now employ psychologists while treating patients suffering from cancer, and AIDS, then physically challenged, then handling patients in the ICU, patients during post-operative care requires psychological counseling. That means we see the psychological theories and principles in the field of medicines also. Now let us see the psychologist in different professional fields. Psychologists in different professional fields. Now let us take first one. In educational and school psychologist. Education and school psychology. Actually, educational psychologists are concerned with all aspects of education. These include the study of motivation, IQ, personality, uses of rewards and punishment. Then also it is concerned with size of the class, designing tests, and also curriculum. Educational psychology is used in elementary and secondary schools, in planning and supervising special education, in training teachers, in counseling students. Second one, treatment of abnormal behavior. Treatment of abnormal behavior. The field of psychological theories and principles help us to understand the abnormal behavior and also treatment of abnormal behavior. Here, this field of study deals with diagnosis and treatment of psychological disorder or abnormal behavior. Particularly, clinical psychologists are employed in hospitals, clinics, and private organizations. They often work with social workers and psychiatrists to study the abnormal behavior and to diagnose the abnormal behavior. Another field where psychologists used to work is counseling psychology. Counseling psychology. This field focuses primarily on helping educational, social, and career adjustment of the concerned person. Counseling psychologists help in solving minor psychological problems, particularly adjustment problems, emotional problems, etc. They make use of tests, particularly aptitude test, intelligence test, to diagnose the problem. Psychologists also counsel the family members. Next, let us see the organizational behavior. Organizational behavior. Industries and organizations use psychological tests like IQ test, aptitude test in selecting employees. Industries and organizations apply psychology to management and employee training, and we came to know that. And also, industrial psychologists help to improve the communication between the employees. Next one, military psychology. Next one, military psychology. The application of psychology to military affairs began with the introduction of psychological tests for classification of army personnel during First World War. During First World War in America, particularly Army Alpha and Army Beta tests are used to select a large number of personnel to army. The study of psychology helps army persons or officers to understand and to motivate group phenomena or group dynamics, and also psychology helps army personnel to use their power and also to prepare them to face complex challenges. Here we see the influence of psychology in economics, political science, and also sociology. Let's take first one, economics. Psychology has contributed a great deal to the study of micro-level economic behavior, particularly in understanding the consumer behavior, then savings behavior, and in decision making. American economics have used data on consumer sentiment to predict economic growth. The three scholars received Nobel Prize in the field of economics. They are Simon, Kahneman and Schelling. Like economics, political science also uses psychology in understanding the power, authority, voting behavior, and political conflict. Social sociology and psychology together explains and understand the behavior of an individual within different socio-cultural contexts. Socio-cultural, I'm talking about sociology, different social cultural contexts, including social psychology also studies the process of socialization, group behavior, intra and intergroup relationships, and also it studies the group phenomena. Next, let us see computer science. Yes, from the very beginning, the effort of computer science has been in mimicking the human mind. One can see how a computer is structured, its memory organized, sequential and simultaneous process of information. Computer scientists and engineers are seeking to make computers which can sense and feel. Next one. In criminology, in law and criminology, we can see the theories and principles of psychology. A skilled lawyer and a criminologist requires the knowledge of psychology to understand the behavior of witness criminals. Psychology helps in answering questions such as how well a witness remembers an accident, a crime, or a murder, or a street fight. How well a witness can report in the court. Then, what factors influence the decision which is taken by the judges or juries? Psychologists seek to answer these questions by studying psychology. Let us see the psychology in everyday life. Psychology in everyday life. Psychology offers solutions to a variety of problems in our everyday life, such as personal problems, like if children have to face alcoholic father, and if parents have to deal with problematic child. Family problems like lack of communication and interaction among members. Then problems relating community setting, example, terrorist group, minority group, etc. Then problems of national and international dimensions, example, class cultural marriages, illegal migrations, etc. Then also problems relating to education, health, environment, social justice, etc. Many of these problems are psychological in nature and are the result of unhealthy thinking and negative attitude. Psychology helps us to understand and analyze these problems and also helps in finding solutions. Nowadays, psychology has high potential in solving the problems of life. Media, particularly television programs projecting counselors and therapists, suggesting solutions to a variety of problems related to children, adolescents, and also old age people. Psychologists also analyze problems relating to population, poverty, violence, etc. We find psychologists working in different fields or settings like schools, hospitals, prisons, organizations, and military, and also in a private organization as a counselor.